Hey y'all, it's Dalanie.
And it's Katie, and this is Classically Black Podcast,
where we talk all things classical music and being black in the profession.
with trap beats playing in the background. Hey.
Hello everyone.
Happy Women's History Month. Oh, wait, we're on week 2 of this.
I mean,
period.
Happy Women's History Month.
Yeah.
We up. Classically Black up. We had last month, we got this month.
Period. We got next month. What's next month?
Jazz History Month.
Yep.
So, we up. I don't know. We're going to find something for May, and then June is Black Music Month and Juneteenth. So
we got the whole year. Period.
Pretty much. So, we should just make, well, actually, November should be Classically Black Month. Technically. But, oh well, Classically Black Lifetime.
Yep.
Here we go.
You're stuck with us.
Exactly. So, well, what's been going on?
Nothing.
At all.
Oh, is something supposed to be going on?
Yeah, I know Katie B.
I'd be what?
It's never nothing going on in your life.
Is there truly nothing going on in anyone's life?
Yes. I think so.
Well, nothing's going on for me.
Nothing at all.
What? How do you want me to answer that?
I'm just saying, Katie, she be ripping and running. She be doing stuff.
You see how she never can say she be? It's always Katie
I said
B.
she be doing stuff. You don't be doing anything?
What have I done today?
Work.
Okay, that's what's going on. Work.
Okay.
What's going on with you?
Work.
Perfect.
See that what?
That's not the answer you wanted. And that's it. So you're not finna. Nah.
So, anyway, getting into the news this week. Some more. I guess they're decoding the Epstein files. Then some more things are coming to light. This time, Valery Gergiev showed up in the Epstein files. Did you hear about this?
No, but it's not surprising.
Yeah, his name appears in some email correspondence. It says, here's what it says. It says, on a different note, Gergiev is a great source of pee, and he, in quotes, owns St. Petersburg. His ballet is one of the world's biggest and best. And then they include a Wikipedia link to Mariinsky Theater. Obviously, people are speculating what pee means in this context.
How many hours in a day does Epstein have? How you know everybody? He know everybody. How what?
And this is from somebody else to him. Yeah, I'm everything happening, and this is stuff we got a paper trail for. It's like, what else was going on, and also like, I feel like some stuff there, because like people are trying to like decode some of the things that they think are like a more elaborate code, but this is kind of like, he's a great source of P, capital P.
P what? Like how many stars is it after that?
There's no stars, just P.
Oh, he wrote it like that.
Yeah. Gergiev is a great source of, and then there's a capital P, and he owns St. Petersburg. What could that possibly stand for?
Child, I'm not even gonna speculate.
I mean, the in the article it says what people think it means, but I'm thinking like, what else besides what everybody thinks it means could that possibly be? Potassium.
Pride.
A great source of potassium.
What did Gergiev say? Nothing. Child, like how you know everybody?
Which is crazy because, I mean, I guess I don't really know which, because he's not in the correspondence. His name came up in the correspondence. This is from somebody else to Jeffrey Epstein. But so it's like, what? But he don't got no insight on what they could be talking about.
Yeah, classical music girls are freaky though, so
yeah. But he have no.
I didn't know they always that freaky. Like it's to a point.
I guess he's that was a Law and Order SVU episode. They was auctioning off a night with the principal ballerina. And it was like, the ballet is cutthroat, and if she didn't do it, then it was like a whole thing. So,
I stopped SVU after that whole Olivia situation.
I stopped watching it for years after that. And it's so funny. I was just thinking about this because we was talking about how my hate for Jacob Black has bled over into Taylor Lautner. And the guy who plays him, the actor's name is Pablo Schreiber. I'm like, I would jump out of my skin if I saw that man in person because you played that role.
I don't even remember who did it. I was just like, this is where I get off. Because I already barely liked the show. I was just, it came on at 10 o'clock on TNC. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like I was home from school. It really,
But yeah. So, especially as somebody who is politically connected, this don't surprise me. Because I feel like it says more about that. Like, yeah, stuff be going on in classical music, but it's more like he's also like politically connected. Yeah, that's true. So it's like he in touch with whatever that world got going on, allegedly. So anyway, another news story that was interesting, that might be of some interest to you, sister. What is it? Why are you having a deep breath?
I can't breathe no more on the show.
It's just very deep. So there is a gas station owner in Quincy, which I believe is
Illinois.
No, I think because this is I think it's near Boston, because a lot of Boston places have written about it. Who is looking for a violist to serenade his customers, very specifically. So, yeah,
it's a slow news week.
I thought you would like this.
Okay.
It's called Quincy Gas. And yeah, he wants a violist to come and serenade his Quincy Gas customers. He said he's gotten a lot of inquiries from guitar players, but he's like, no, I don't want a guitar. I want a violist. He's holding out to find a violist. It's a very unique opportunity.
Well, if you living in Quincy, go audition for him.
And I was like, is this his way of a backhanded compliment? Because like, because I'm like, yeah, like, I mean, he's like, no, viola is so beautiful, this and that. But of course, like, people like viola jokes, people in the comments like, oh, finally a venue, fit for viola, like whatever. Because I'm like, that's just so random. But I saw a violist posted, but I don't know, y'all touched him in some way.
That seemed weird. Like,
why?
Why do you want? I want to get my unleaded. I want to get my Twizzlers, and I want to go about my business. I do not want to hear.
You don't?
No.
You want to hear a little bar talk?
I do not. Like, I don't understand the point of that. Oh, he looks sweet though.
Yeah, it's the ambiance. He said
the ambiance of a gas station. Have you been to a gas station?
Which is why he's trying to get the viola to uplift the ambiance of the gas station. He does seem aware though. He was like, we have to wait till the weather is nicer and stuff. He's like, any viola.
It's gonna be outside.
Yeah, it's like out. There's a gas station.
Oh,
you think not like
he wants you to be like by the pumps.
I think so. Yeah. That's why I was like, this is a backhanded compliment. Like,
you can't even be inside with it?
No.
Child, I don't. Okay.
He's like, it needs to be at least 70 degrees. Yeah. He said, a viola to me is unique, and it has a sound that just warms your heart and gives your heart a hug, gives your whole body a hug. There's nothing like the sound of a viola. I don't think there's another instrument that even comes close to it. They can bring on an affectionate emotion.
Why don't he take the money he was finna spend on that and drop the price of the gas?
That's crazy. I thought after all your viola this, viola that, you would be like, yeah, viola's up. In demand. You know what? Maybe this is we talking about how it's not enough jobs for everybody, whatever. Maybe gas station violas is the new wave.
It's not.
You should go down to and see, like,
which one? I'm gonna be on. I'm gonna be on MLK with my viola out there playing.
Yep. Or go to Calabasas. Be like, so
no.
You was at the farmer's market with it?
That's so odd.
You was at the farmer's market with it. What's the difference?
What's the difference?
Mm-hmm.
You're asking me what's the difference?
Mm-hmm. What? You was at the farmer's market with it while people shopping, people at the gas station shopping
You're not shopping at the gas station.
You're shopping for gas. You're not shopping for gas?
No.
You're not?
No.
What are you doing?
You're getting gas.
And you're getting it for free?
Okay, well, you take your base on down there and let me know how
well,
it
but
goes.
they're not looking for a gas station basis.
Well, if you put up high enough, you won't get a difference.
They won't?
No.
At all?
Mm-mm.
Both by sound or sight? We got bigger problems.
Well.
But yeah. So if you're in
if you're in Quincy, Boston, go on down there. He looked nice though.
Yeah. And he seems to, I don't know, the viola has a very special place in his heart. And yeah. I ain't never heard nobody that like viola that much. So
I don't know violas that like viola that much.
Good. I thought Katie was gonna be.
Why would you think I was gonna be like that?
Because you love your viola stuff.
I feel like y'all should watch your mouth, but I feel like it's odd. He looks, the only saving grace that he looks very nice. But ain't nobody finna go to Massachusetts to play no viola outside.
He says a proper viola can't be played in the freezing cold. It's got to be like 70 degrees or better, 65 degrees or better for somebody to just waltz around and play bars. He wants them to, oh yeah, you're not gonna be standing. You're gonna be all up and through the pumps.
That don't even sound right. Okay.
I want to see this action.
I don't.
I just want to see logistically, like, because also, I was about to say something about the meeting earlier. When people who are not around classical music and stuff, like when they see it, like they be like, oh, like just very impressed with it. So there are probably going to be some people that are going to be like, that's odd. But there are probably going to be some people that
I feel
are
more
like,
people will be like, oh, okay.
Like,
you can move if you.
Especially they put the little thing up on the gas. They not whatever. And they just standing there. People might be into it. It might get old if that's your regular gas station. But I don't know how, if it's like a monthly treat or whatever. But yeah. It's kind of like, it's a quirky small business thing. Like, you're just not going to be at your AMPM or your Shell. But yeah.
Aren't those those are privately owned though?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Franchise or whatever.
I just feel like also you're going to need multiple violas. Some will go out there and play.
I don't see much of a difference with you talking about between the farmer's market and this.
Okay, well, I don't know how we don't see much of a difference. It's just not the place for that. Like farmer's market, they hire musicians to play the farmer's market.
Oh, well, they hire musicians to play the gas station too.
Listen, they gotta be fresh for everything.
Exactly. So, looking forward to Katie pioneering this in Los Angeles.
I'm gonna commute to Quincy to play the viola.
No, I mean in Los Angeles.
Why would I do that?
So, anyway, that's the news this week.
Oof. Anyway, so today, I don't know based on the title because we can't really judge anything based on the title. I don't know what the title for the week, but Timothee Chalamet was running his mouth, and I spent most of the time not even know who that was. So I thought we could rank in comparison because it was a stupid thing to say. Not unsavory, but like I want you to compare which one is the least intelligent thing a celebrity has said. The thing I'm going to give you or what Timothee Chalamet said. And for context, if you haven't heard, which you probably, if you listen to the show, you probably heard it. Dalanie was surprised I heard it. But that's only because somebody told me what happened with Timothee Chalamet.
I looked it up because I saw people on the story, somebody was like, oh, y'all mad about what Timothee Chalamet said. And then I saw somebody said something that implied it had something to do with classical music, which I was like, or I think I saw a couple musicians say something about it, but and then I was like, okay, let me just look it up. And I looked it up on Twitter. And yeah, that's how I found out what he said.
Okay. He said that nobody cares about ballet or opera, basically. Okay. So that's a stupid thing to say objectively. Okay. Here's the first one. So Lil Yachty has a line in his 2017 song called Peekaboo that says, "My new bitch yellow, she blow that dick like a cello." Is that more or less stupid than what Timothee Chalamet said?
Wait. It's definitely more. Because it's a little... Wait. Repeat that, please.
My new bitch yellow, she blow that dick like a cello.
Because, like, that... I feel like I'm not reading into it. That's also, like, a little bit prejudice.
Yes.
Like, so that's why I'm
because
like...
his old girl wasn't yellow, so now he's up. So there's a lot of... There's issues.
Yeah, and also the yellow... Because I feel like the classical music, like I feel like in a lot of like shows that I've seen that have been like a little offensive, it's like the Asian person that's playing the violin or the cello or like whatever. That's how I took that.
I didn't look at it that way because it's Lil Yachty. I don't think he was talking about an Asian person. I think he was talking about a black girl who's light skinned.
Oh, like a yellow bone.
Yeah. Like for me, I don't listen to Lil Yachty, but especially like the context for me is that it's a light skinned person.
Mm.
Not because I feel like we're in slur territory.
I mean, bro, so I feel like that demographic don't care about that.
They don't, but I don't think that's what it means. I think he's talking about a black girl.
Okay.
So you're saying more stupid?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2, Kim Kardashian when she said no one wants to work anymore. More or less stupid than what Lil Yachty said. Well, I mean,
what's his name?
Timothy. I keep forgetting his name.
Nobody wants to work anymore. Coming from Kim Kardashian. I think that's more stupid.
Timothee Chalamet is more stupid.
No, I think what Kim Kardashian said is more stupid.
I agree. Okay, last one. Tyra Banks in the new documentary basically was saying that a lot of the things that went wrong on ANTM was mostly a sign of the times.
I think that's less stupid. Because I think she did not take responsibility, but that's also not untrue.
It's not untrue. Like, I feel like when everything came down to it, I said, okay, girl.
Yeah.
You are executive producer on the show. Like
you would think her hands was tied behind her back and they only let her out the closet to host.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you just didn't even know what was going on. It's your day to do the show. And you just came on set like, no, girl.
Like, you had no power, no everything. You was damn near a contestant. The way let her tell it.
The way she was saying it was like, I had no choice. I didn't know. Girl, I was like, because the first time she said it, because it's like some of the stuff, I'm like, okay, like, yeah. And then I was like, hold up. Mm-mm. Everything?
Yeah.
So I have more, but then I was like, ugh, did I really want to mention Azealia Banks? And actually, when the one that I found out, it was like actually really hateful what she was saying. I wasn't gonna repeat that stuff, but yeah, celebrities always be. I feel like something just goes wrong when you get too high. Like, you just start. You think people care about what you got to say, and then you don't choose your words carefully. Cause it's like, Issa ain't never said nothing stupid. She chooses her words carefully. Mm-hmm. But then it's like everybody has their day, so it's like you just never know.
And I feel like if Issa had a day, if she has, I mean, she's had stuff, but like I probably blocked it out.
I'm about to say la.
There was some reason people was mad at Issa.
For Insecure?
A while ago. There was the condom thing on Insecure not having enough. They didn't show condoms enough on Insecure. But I feel like there was something else too. Like in the past, like maybe year or two.
There was something. I don't really be hearing what y'all be saying.
And also y'all just be dragging stuff.
It's like the minute I hear Issa Rae name, everybody starts speaking in Mandarin. Like, I don't what you saying? Okay.
Y'all just be dragging it. So,
but I'm like, it's hard to be. I mean, you can't be everything to everybody, so it's hard to be like completely uncontroversial. I mean, there's definitely a spectrum, but like, I just feel like, I don't know.
Comment the most controversial thing we've ever said.
There's plenty
below.
I wonder if anyone hate listens to us. That's so tea. You hate us.
That's also like, this show was way too long to hate listen. You really have to enjoy it.
And like every week you're like, what these hoes saying this week? Like, that's so odd to me.
There might be people like that. So there definitely are there definitely is at least one person like that on social media.
On social media is a little different because it's like a clip.
So like there's definitely people that do that, but
to turn the show on and sit here for depending on the week.
Yeah, you like it. At that point, you like it.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, back to Timothee Chalamet. What did he say?
I literally thought this was Tom Holland the whole time, and I was like, I hate that for Zendaya. And then Dalanie was like, so no, it was Timothee Chalamet. I'm like, who? I was like, who? And he in some Rick and Morty movie for this year. You gonna watch it before Sunday?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The Rick and Marty. He's in something that's Oscar nominated.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to find the exact quote of what he said. But it was basically, he was like, oh, is this it? Nope. Oh, here it is. He said, I don't want to work in ballet or opera where it's like, hey, keep this thing alive, even though no one cares about it anymore. All respect to the ballet and opera people out there. I think what also probably struck a nerve was right after that, he was like right after that awkward, like, laugh, because he was talking to Matthew McConaughey. And they, like, kind of, like, laughed, and then he was like, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that. And he was like, I just lost 14 cents of viewership. Or something like that, which I'm like, that's probably also what struck a nerve, because like then he gonna call y'all broke right after that. Which you could interpret that a little bit more charitably, but I don't think that's what he mean. Like, you can interpret that as a small amount of my audience will care that I just said that, but it probably meant like y'all are broke. Like that's I feel like is what it meant by that. But care to share how deeply you were affected?
Well, I said, first of all, I didn't even know who Timothee Chalamet was. What did he get famous for?
Katie.
Okay. Okay, because I just don't think that, like, that's not true. Mm-hmm. And also, I just think it's a little ironic to say, like, people don't care about something. It's like, you make movies. Like, the whole industry is like a dumpster fire right now. So to say, like, people don't care, but like, the girls don't go, like, you depend on people caring about your stuff and going to the movies, and people like do that, but not as much as they were doing it before. Mm-hmm. So like, you might be packed up next. So it's like, the arts are a little, like, I feel like none of us should really get too comfortable. Like, the arts are very finicky, and people have to care about theater before they cared about movies. So even it was just like dumb to me. Like, it is like, and I know, like, he probably didn't put much thought into it. He was just talking, and it was like, oops, I probably said something that I didn't wholeheartedly mean. But it just, I don't know, that it was just like stupid as an actor to say people don't care about ballet and opera. Just doesn't make a lot of sense, especially because, like, we know this, like, the entertainment industry is not so far removed from ballet and opera to say that, oh, these people don't care about it or whatever. I was just like, girl, it don't even make any sense. Like, say something that makes sense.
He's 30. I don't know why I expected him to be a little younger than that.
It's a mousy face.
It's also just what he said. Also, but also right. Like, I was like, oh, was he like 22? Like, you just whatever. But no, he's 30. And I didn't know he was nominated for Best Actor in a Leading Role.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, Rick and Morty or Marty Supreme. Nominated a couple times. That movie's nominated a couple times.
Yeah, I didn't know it was for an acting role. Okay, I'm gonna see where I can watch it, because I do remember seeing I saw the trailer. I think maybe on the plane or something like that. What was I about to say? What was so like, wow. I wonder what the call from his mama was like, because I meant to read a little bit more about, like, cause, you know, people wrote their think pieces and stuff, and like actual like newspapers and stuff, not like random people. But and I wanted to read some of that, but I didn't have the time before this. But I've seen a lot of clips and snippets and carousels and stuff, and his mom and his grandmother and his sister all danced in the New York City Ballet.
Currently? Oh no, that doesn't make sense.
But the sister might be current.
Might be current.
But yeah, his mother and his grandmother. And there was another quote from him about how he grew up backstage. He actually likes it and whatever. But I was just like, I wonder I wonder if they cared.
It seemed like it was a throwaway comment that got blown out of proportion. Mm-hmm. Because it just made not a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. So they probably was like, girl, and he was like, my bad, like I ain't really. And that was his whole thing, because every single dance thing, everybody posting, we care about it, and use a discount code Timothee for your next ticket. Like, it's a whole thing. I think it was a stupid thing to say, and I think it was blown out of proportion because it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. I think yeah, Seattle Opera was one that was like, use code Timothy to get 14% off your next.
14% off is so funny.
I do think, I think it was a throwaway comment, and also it created. I will be honest, when I found out what he said, because again, I saw people like, when people talk around something but they don't post what they're talking about, and I looked it up and I was like, okay, is that it? But also I should have known, like, stuff. When there's something to talk about, then it's just like, and also know that this particular demographic is not used to being on, like, talked about on this scale. So it's like, when there's something going on in mainstream news about ballet or opera, it's like, let's all weigh in on stuff. And here we are weighing in. But I do think it like provided some like drive-by discourse for like people who are just not even invested. And I don't mean that like, because there were some people who were like, some dumbass was like, oh, show me the last 5 programs from ballets and operas and symphonies that you went to, y'all talking. And it's just like, I don't feel that way. Like, I don't think that you need to prove that you go into the opera to say that people care about it or whatever. But I do think there were some people who were agreeing with him who were like, you're not even over here. You just saying stuff because you want to argue with people. Like that person who was like we have internal conversations about accessibility to stuff like this, and like that are valid, but like one person was like, well, nobody can afford to go, and I was just like, y'all can't be the same ones that be up at the Beyonce concerts, up at the Bad Bunny, up at the whatever. I'm like, I guarantee you this, you sound like somebody who doesn't know what it costs to go to the opera.
We just watched like this $1 million program a month ago. A decent football ticket, don't ask me how I know, because it's a little triggering. If you don't want to be outside in the parking lot, it's like $300. It don't cost, you can get a quarter of that to go to see the ballet and have the opera and have nice seats. So like, I just feel like people just don't know, and because maybe they don't encounter it in their everyday lives, or they never talk about it, people don't talk about it, like whatever. And also, I feel like even ballet, I mean, I understand why to be offended, but I feel like ballet should be even less so, because it's like, okay, the opera, like, I can't remember the last time I went to the opera, but one thing I know about it, from November to January 1st, the girls gonna be down to the ballet for the Nutcracker, even if it's just for the aesthetic. Even they gonna drag their kids down there, their husband down there. So I feel like that would have been a better comeback, like, to say like, okay, our stuff we packed down to the ballet. And the opera girls, I don't know what to tell y'all. But that's why I'm like, I know people been saying like, well, we have to talk about access, and we have to talk about this, and we have to talk about that, and people, we don't know about it. I'm like, the girls know about the ballet, at least that. So maybe the opera girls we could talk about. I'm like, people just don't know that's something you can go to.
And I feel like, because I feel like we have those conversations internally, and for good reason, but like when it starts to get like, now I just feel like y'all dragging it, like people who are just like outside of it, who we can talk about, I guess, like the vibe, because I know that it may not be a like, I know that it has the connotation of like high art, and people don't feel welcome in the space, and people don't feel like it's something that's like approachable, and like there can definitely be more work done to that end. But I don't know. I mean, we do have, I will say it is true that like the conversation of like keeping such and such art alive like it comes up, but I also know that there are some people who think it's kind of bullshit because it's like it's been alive. And to your point earlier, like classical music, opera, all that type of stuff, like is not on its own. Movie theaters are struggling. Like everything is like, is kind of under attack right now. It's obviously like it's there's a bigger like audience for like film right now, and certain types of film, the types of film that he's in, but like that whole keeping these things alive is not something that's like unique to classical music. I think it's just like in a different way, but like they talking about keeping movie theaters alive. They're talking about Kristen Stewart. We're just talking about her because we're talking about Twilight. Just bought a movie theater in, I can't remember, somewhere in LA though. Like a historic movie theater that was about to shut down. She bought it to keep it open. And it's like, that's the type of stuff that people are having to do, people who care about film.
Or care about anything. Like, I feel like, okay, everyone can do their due diligence to have outreach to keep certain things alive, but even a couple weeks ago, this whole idea of like classical music at large is like dying. I've never seen that because every week I teach I teach at least like 60 students. I see at least 60 to 70 students a week. I don't have 70 private students. That's actually nuts. But like I have an orchestra. I have several group classes. I have private students. From where I'm sitting, classical music is not dying. When I go to the orchestra hall, there are people there. Like, so I don't really, when you go to the Hollywood Bowl, it's people there. Like, so I don't really have that perspective. People say the church is dying. I couldn't even get into my church on Easter Sunday last. It was wrapped around the block. They had to turn people back. My friend was saving me. See, I couldn't get in. Okay. So everybody had this perspective of like, what is dying? And I feel like we should just not speak out of turn. Now we can all say things about like, how do we make these spaces better? Is classical music high art? Let me tell you how these classical musicians be acting. Baby girl, it's not high art. Everybody doing some shicey stuff backstage. Everybody is real trifling back there. It's not high art. Can we talk about bigotry in the church? We can. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like we should just get more information. And that's why I feel like this was kind of like blown out of proportion. Because it was like I feel like it was just like he said something stupid and everybody use it, to your point, as an opportunity. Okay, perfect, we can talk about this. But I feel like it, like, especially because I saw like Debbie Allen's Dance Academy posted, which I thought was so beautiful, and to my point about like children participating in these arts. Like they made a very beautiful reel about, if I think that the cap, it was real cute. It was like if dance is dying, then this must be heaven. It was like all the students that be at her place all week long. I went to the Hot Chocolate Nutcracker in December and it was packed out. Okay. And it was it's like 90% children on stage. She brings in a couple of professional dancers that are alumni of the Debbie Allen Dance Academy. So it's like, I feel like that's the opportunity we take when we have conversations like this. But girl, everything is dying. Everything's expensive. Like people don't want to go outside. Like everything is, the only thing that ain't dying is sports and the club. So I don't know, bring opera to the club. Club opera. I mean, club opera football time.
Yep. Club opera football time.
Club opera football time.
We got the episode title.
Like, I don't know. I feel like these conversations, I feel like unless I see a spreadsheet, stuff don't be dying. I feel like you just don't know about it. And also, for him to be an artist and to say that was just stupid. So now ain't nobody gonna listen to anything you say no more because you just stupid. You ain't got nothing to say. I just feel like I need to see a spreadsheet. Now, when orchestras, what was it, San Antonio Symphony, that had to close their doors. Okay, now we could talk about, what's going on in San Antonio? What y'all got going on? Especially because San Antonio is one of the fastest growing cities. It's like top 10 populated cities. When you go there, I don't know what to see. But when Shane told me that, I thought he was lying. I had to look at it. So okay, so we have to have a conversation about, and I'm not trying to be distasteful. I know that's it's a very tragic thing for orchestra to close. I don't want to, but I'm just saying, like, when I see actual numbers, and we can talk about what's dying and what's not. But girl, you just don't know. So shut up. like girl, half the industry we would never see TV the way it was before. I forgot the number. It was something insane. I was in a workshop and they were like, it was like there was a time where at peak television, I wrote it down. Is it in here? No. Old journal. It was like something like 600 shows on at one time. Peak television. Like we're talking about like 90s, early 2000s. Now it's like 300. And it's like never going to go back to that. Everything is dying, girl. Stuff be costing money, and the people who got the money want to make more money. So what do we do?
Yeah, and people kind of screwed over the have screwed over artists. People are getting paid less, all that sort of thing, and it finally caught up to the movie industry, because the movie industry, I remember learning about this. The movie industry had more foresight than the music industry. The music industry, when they started moving towards like when the piracy era was happening, people doing Napster, LimeWire, all of that sort of thing, the movie industry was like, yeah, so we not even finna play like that, like we finna keep our stuff on lock or whatever. But then when the streaming era came around and they let the streaming era impact movies and television, it's like, yeah, now stuff is like, it's essentially like devaluing your art, because why can I stream any song ever made, pretty much like very close to that, for $10 a month? Yeah, that is nuts. Like, it is actually highly unethical. However, like, I'm finna have my stuff. Also, I don't even pay for my I'm on a family plan. Even worse, honestly. But like, it is. But it's like, and now that the film industry has acquiesced to that model as well, and it's getting more and more expensive also to make films, like, yeah, it's hard, and people can stream it from the comfort of their own homes. Yeah, like, less people are going to the theaters, like, and also we've talked about like people taking less chances on like new stories. It's always like, oh, they want to do IP.
It's like, I was on Netflix yesterday looking for something to watch before my food got cold, and I was like, I saw this new, because the thing is now that they're not gonna make nothing or do nothing unless you have like a guaranteed audience that is coming along with you. So I saw this really random, it wasn't even a trailer, it was like, what am I watching? Called like Vladimir or something like that on Netflix, and it's like based on a novel. Every single thing is like based on a novel now, because if you did well, you hit that New York Times bestseller, we know we can make it into a movie that's gonna make the readers mad, but at least they gonna watch it. Mm-hmm. Or this one was a show, and it's like, you see really good, and we're not gonna learn anything from Sinners got 16 nominations, all this type of stuff, and then if Ryan Coogler don't do it, another one's not gonna get made, at least not for now. And it's like, you see really good show. There was no reason for How to Die Alone to get canceled. There was no reason for Rap Shit to get canceled. Like, simply no reason. And even, I think, I'm not going to put words on her mouth, but even Issa was like, girl, if it was too much to do 10 million an episode, we could have cut back. Like, you didn't even say nothing. You just was like, oh, budget cuts, we got to. So it's like, and I know he's a movie actor or whatever. Apparently, I thought it was Tom Holland. But even for you to be speaking out your neck like that, I'm like, we just gonna sweep it under the rug, because it's like, you don't know you got 30 minutes? You next. Like, girl, they like girl, what? They canceling, they pulling seasons while the stuff is being made. So it's like, to be saying like, oh, we don't care about that. Girl, they don't care about nothing. Nobody care about nothing. That's what it is. That's why the girls are going to YouTube. People are watching their YouTube series. People are trying to make independent stuff. So it's like, yeah, you catching your little $10 million check right now from your little movie, from your little Marty Supreme, but you're gonna be catching a $50,000 check in a couple of years when the only thing you can get is on YouTube. So it's like, I feel like, but shout out to the Classical Music. We got a little shine, we got a little something, got a little. We was in the little news for a couple of days, because I'm just like, I feel like he just misspoke, and he was not misspoke. He meant what he said, but it was probably like a little jokey joke, a little throwaway that got blown way out of proportion, because there's no way he means it. Yeah,
because I also just remember being like, why we care what Timothee Chalamet talking about? I just like, I don't know.
Like, the dog got too many E's in his name. Like,
you got the accent that don't mean nothing because your name not Timothee.
Isn't he American? I found out over the weekend he was American. I thought he would.
Yeah, I thought he was French.
One
he
of
looks
them,
French.
one of them that looks like him is French. Which one is that? There's
know
like three
any- I
white
don't
boys
know
that all
any-
look the same.
I don't know any. Can I name a single famous French person? Besides, is he even French?
She
No, she's
Canadian.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me think. Famous French person.
So if anybody's French, I don't know.
Oh, Napoleon
Bonaparte? A French celebrity.
No, they gotta be one. Famous French.
I'm
person?
talking about that I would know. You might know because also you speak French. So
Stromae, but Stromae is Belgian. Ooh, I love him. Okay, so there's no famous people in France.
I'm sure there are, but like that I would get like
movie star. I can't think of any.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm sure they got. I'm sure the dolls got huge ones in.
But yeah, I didn't know he was American. I think it's the name and the face.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Anyway, this won't affect him at all. It wasn't even like.
Like you said, 14. What do you say? 14 cents of viewership.
But I feel like what is more interesting. I mean, I don't think it's gonna affect him because it wasn't really like that salacious. But like, I feel like people take less risks on clientele who risk losing their money. So, I mean, I'm sure he'll get another job. I'm sure. Is he good? Have you seen him in anything? What did he get famous for?
I've never seen him in anything. But like I said, I saw the trailer for Marty Supreme and I thought he looked like the role seemed intense and he looked like he was handling it well from the trailer. So
that's where I know him from. He was in Wonka. Mm-hmm. I knew he looked familiar. I saw that movie on a plane one time.
Wonka.
The Willy Wonka remake back in 2023. That's the only thing I know him from.
Really?
I don't know. I've heard of Dune.
He played is he the one that played? I never saw that movie because I don't care about Bob Dylan. Is this the Bob Dylan?
Oh,
biopic?
he is the Bob Dylan one. What's that called? Though?
Really? I don't know anything about Bob Dylan. Nothing.
Oh, he'd be acting though. He got a movie every year. I don't know if that's right. Oh, did he do Bob Dylan? Did that come out yet?
Yeah, here it is. Early 1960s, 19-year-old Bob Dylan. Da, 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 da. It's on Hulu. A Complete Unknown. Last year. No, 2024.
2020. Oh, A Complete Unknown. I scrolled right past it.
Huh.
Oh, he did Intergalactic. How was he intergalactic? What did he do on this?
Wow.
Oh, voice work. He did. I remember watching Intergalactic. Wait, did I watch this? Child, I don't know.
The thing, let me see. I feel like when it comes to certain celebrities, there's always a thing that forces them into your consciousness, forces you to commit them to memory in some way or another. And I feel like for me, it almost always comes from Twitter. Now, not so much because I'm not on Twitter as much as I was before. But he was in Dune. There are 3 Dunes.
What is Dune even about? Space?
Desert, I think. I don't know. But I know that the reason why is because classical music Twitter hates Hans Zimmer, and Hans Zimmer did the music for Dune. So that people will be talking about Dune. Also, he had a stalker or something like that.
Oh, that sucks.
Some crazy. It was a black lady, like an older black lady, like not like old, but like definitely like
why
middle
you
age.
doing that? Oh,
yeah.
I guess stalking is like any age. It's like, why are you doing that? But
it was something like that. I'm pretty sure it was Timothee Chalamet. I'm pretty sure it was him. She was like president of a fan club or something like that. It was some type of scandal that was going on Twitter, and I think that was that was when I was like, who's Timothee Chalamet? Like that was because it was like, oh, the face reveal of this person, because I guess she was like known on Twitter. I don't know, but I think she like met him or something and like tried to follow him. I don't know, but yeah.
Oh, please, a stalker. I am not that interesting. Do not
Start stalking me.
do not start stalking me. I promise you don't want to stalk me. I am not that interesting.
Actually, never mind. I'm not gonna encourage nobody to stalk you. That's what I was gonna say. Katie B. Actually, good luck keeping up.
I want this life that Dalanie says I have so bad. It sounds so lit, so cool, so fun.
Also, it's literally your life. Your life not lit, cool, fun? It is.
But the way you be dragging it, I'm like, should I go harder? Like,
if possible. What was I about to say? I just don't understand how you a stalker. Like, how are you paying your bills? Like, do you have to be independently wealthy to be a stalker? Because you're never at work. Like, why are you always
where I'm at? I feel like because Aaliyah's face had a stalker. Like, and I don't remember, she didn't talk about it much because it's like,
yeah. But
she like finally got rid of her because she like left Atlanta. And that's why I feel like that's why the influencers like her, they don't do house tours. I remember I was watching some influencer and they were doing a apartment tour. I'm like, you gonna do an apartment tour, girl? And it was someone popular, so I don't remember who it was. And I was like, okay. But yeah, the lady would just like show up to her house. It wasn't like continuous stalking, but it was like she would just show up because she figured out where Aaliyah lived. And like, of course, the police don't do anything unless something happens.
Click, boom. Like, that's really how you gotta handle a stalker, I feel like. But obviously that's easier said than done. But like, I just feel like that's the only way I could have peace of mind. It's like, you have to die.
Could you imagine like sitting inside your house and you know somebody's just standing outside just like,
and coming home at night, you don't like watching your bag. Like, no, like you have to die.
Like, also, what do I want to look that up? Because I was like, what is that to be like? Yeah, I'm finna go stand outside your house now. Like, how do we get there?
And there's levels to it. Like, some people like they just watch you. Some people they trying to get in.
And do what? Now what do we do?
There was it depends on what they want. One Ariana Grande had a stalker who cut her phone lines, broke in her house and cut her phone lines.
And then what?
Well, they were caught.
Cut her phone lines is what to her?
So that when she came home, she couldn't call nobody. So, like, yeah, I'm glad they caught, because who knows what he was planning on doing.
Don't talk to me.
Like, like, we do not have a relationship. Like, I just don't, I mean, it's people who are mentally, you got something going on.
Be mentally over there.
But, like, and that's what's really scary about it, because they had this show when I was getting my nails done. I was like, can we turn this off? About stalkers, and he like went to her parents' house and like had her parents tied up, and then I'm like, that's also one of my biggest fears. It's like, yeah, it's isolating, because like you don't want to put that on nobody else. Like, I wouldn't want to go to my, now you know where my mom lives. Yeah. Now you like whatever, like you touch my mother, like now we actually only one of us will be in a prison cell at that point, you know. So it's just like, that's just too much. But anyway, yeah, I think he just saying stuff, and we should in general care less about what people like this think. And also, everybody says like you could pick something that I've said on Classically Black, and if it made national news, it would be
I've said a couple of things where I'm like, I'm glad we ain't gonna guy a whole bunch of people up.
Like, it's a little flippant.
There was one I'm considering privating it. There's a video, like my YouTube studio offloaded because I haven't been using it. Like, I'm on a YouTube break. And so I went to go check to see, like, in Vanity, how much my check was going to be. And there was, like, comments on this video I made, like, this Peruvian dish I made. And I don't remember. I made that video, like, 4 or 5 years ago. And, like, these people were like, it's not Peru or whatever. It's like, it's Peru and my country deserves respect. And I was like, so I've been meaning it on my to-do list is like to go back and watch to see like what I said, because like obviously, especially as a first generation, like I obviously have a lot of respect for different cultures, and I know what it's like to have like the weird food at lunchtime. So I would never say something like derogatory about Peruvian food. Also, I know me.
Yeah, I was just about to, that's the reason why, like, maybe somebody watching this and being like, why don't they like, because I just know how Katie talks. I've talked to her a lot.
So I could have been like, I might have been, I could, the thing I could hear me saying is like, okay, so I'm making vegan pollo a la brasa. It's like Peruvian or whatever. That's something I could see me saying. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go back and watch it and see what it is. I've removed the comments because I don't want it, because now it's like a, ooh. But I'm curious. Like, I mean, so everyone has their day. Everybody says something that's like, that's not what I meant. So that's why I'm like, I think we were talking to some friends on Sunday before about this topic, and like, okay, I got to form. I have not felt, to be completely transparent, any emotion about what Timothy. I found out about it on Friday. One of the teaching artists where I teach at was like, oh, have you heard about this thing? And I said, no. That's how I found out about it. And then I've been trying to find emotion to feel behind any of this as somebody who actively participates in classical music. Like 90% of my life is classical music still. And I just haven't felt it because I see classical music every day, from like my day job, like to after work. I teach a bunch. I don't see what this person is talking about. I see the ballet tickets being $300 for the Nutcracker. Like, I write about classical music. Like, so I'm just like, as I just think it's like I was cracking a little jokey joke that I might have been a little bit serious about, and it's one of those things where it's like, that's the thing you was upset about, like, that's the thing that y'all latched onto in this interview, that's whatever, you know, it kind of gives that.
And what's also funny about it, like, is that it don't even, like, yes, we all have our times where we just say something like flipping whatever, it's like, oh, that came out, whatever, but also it don't even have to happen that way for people to do this exact same thing.
It don't.
Like, people will also just like read what you say maliciously, mm-hmm. like, or just people get so serious about stuff, mm-hmm. like so serious. I used a TikTok sound. Have you know that TikTok sound where it's like this British girl, and she's like in a bookstore. I think it's probably like War and Peace or something. That's like a big book, and she's like, "Listen, I love books, but like, is it ever this serious? Like, what story are you telling? Whatever." And I posted that scrolling through One Piece, because One Piece is like notoriously a very long anime. It's like over 1,300 episodes and counting, and movies, and it just did it. And speaking of what we were talking about like existing audience and stuff, there's a live action One Piece now. And the way like, there were some people who were just like, well, no, it's just like amazing. Some people was like, shut up if you're not gonna watch it. And I'm just like, it's a joke. Like, people would just like read it, because like there is like it. I understand that there is like some serious things. Like, the show has, like, it's basically that they're going around the world like liberating people. So it's like to the point where there were like protests in like Indonesia or something like that, where they were flying the flag from One Piece, and they're like, it's become like a symbol of like freedom for a lot of people, but like it's also a cartoon, girl, like you know. So it was just like people will like just attach so much seriousness to stuff that is just like, and I don't mean that about like the flag, I mean that about like the TikTok, you know, like where it's just like everything is the most serious thing that it's ever been if it happens on the internet. And like, and I don't see a problem with like a lot of people wrote about it, and I think that you can like critique, and like you can take an idea from something that happened and like tease it out and whatever, but a lot of y'all are not doing that. A lot of y'all just want to argue. Like, it's not like, oh, well, let's actually have a conversation about why people feel this way about opera and all that. It's not that. It's, let's argue on threads. So,
not his, what's that, Kev's new show, Not My Greatest Moment, he talks to people. Oh, Issa Rae has an episode on that. I want to what her moment was. I'm sure she talks about it. His new show is like having his friends come on, and they talk about a moment that like they were basically dragged through media. Oh my God, what's gonna be my moment? And I want to listen to Issa Rae's episode. Kevin has had a couple. Kevin has had a couple. He's not so problematic, but he's had a couple of moments. But it's like everybody has their day. Everybody has their day.
I just don't like. I'm not perfect, but I'm just like,
you literally won't know. It's the most random thing. I remember like I remember like Pastor Sarah at Women Evolve, she had to do she did an offering call, which is like, she was worried about it because people pay a lot of money to go to Women Evolve. And so she was like, oh, okay, I might have to deal with this. But what actually had her being dragged through the media was that she did, like, they did Where Them Fans at the thing. And people were like, you know, listen to the song, you a pastor. Da, da, da. And she was like, I would have never guessed that would have been. It's like, you won't guess it. It just happens to you. And you're like, okay, I'm just being thrown to and fro. Don't throw me to or fro. Don't throw me to or fro. But I haven't had anything like, I've had moments very, very small. So I'm kind of curious, like, what y'all finna say about me? Like, I also don't have a big enough audience to. I don't have a big enough audience.
I feel like you do. Especially because it's also not even about audience. It really your
isn't.
stuff
it
can make it outside of your, like, whatever. Like,
like Crystal.
Oh.
I mean, Crystal's complicated because I could see why Cardi. Yeah. Because it's like this stranger is speaking about you so passionately. Yeah. But I listened to that episode on Thursday when it dropped, and I was like, okay. Imagine my surprise when millions of people are commenting, why she talking to her about that? I'm like, it's
out of context. I can definitely see why.
Yeah.
Because like to us, that's just how Crystal talks.
It's like, and she talked like that last week, and she gonna talk about that like that next week about. I was just like, you just never know. It's like, you just never know what sticks. Like, well, you can't even brace yourself for it. It's just like, oh, I'm being dragged. And sometimes you recover from it, and sometimes you don't. Dang. I feel like it just depends. I don't know how you recover from it, honestly, because some people just don't recover from it.
Especially because I truly believe like that's one of those things that you can't imagine what it feels like until it happens to you. Oof. And that's why I really hope that I have like. I think I would definitely have the, like, I'm not one of those people, like, some people, it's hard for them to not check the comments. Like, I think that once it gets to a point, like, it's not going to be hard for me not to check, or, like, I don't think I would break that, like, because I just know, like, there's just certain things you don't want to see. And there's just certain things that you probably would have to see against your will, like, something slipped through the cracks or whatever. So I don't think it's that, but I just hope, like, it happens early enough that I'm like, okay, I could see this going somewhere. Because there was something like that. I don't think there's a way to mute, like, I had a video kind of almost get there, like, on TikTok, and I just remembered, like, TikTok is also weird. It doesn't notify me of all my comments and stuff like that, but I was just like, I know, like, never to check the comments on that video again, like, just because, like, I see how y'all are getting, and I just, like, no, you know.
I barely check my comments, honestly. I've been posting a while. I'm gonna post today because I'm just like, child, I'll see the first hour. After the first hour, like, y'all got it. I don't know where y'all finna go with it.
I think that's one thing I am gonna miss, because I like checking my comments. I like when people talk to me, because a lot of times people don't. So it's like, yeah, but I don't know that it's gonna get to a point, because people just, it always gets to a point. Mm-hmm. So anyway,
I'm trying to figure out somebody who's never had a situation. There are some people I can think of. And it depends on what you define as a situation.
Yeah, because, like, there are tiers.
Widespread. But I feel like there's some people who it's like, I don't even know how they manage. Like, it's like B. Simone is always going to trend about something. Really? She's changing her brand a little bit. So maybe that's going to change. She's changed her brand a bit. So that might have changed. But I remember there was a time where B. Simone, every 3 months, it was something new. Vanita, every 3 months. Jackie Aina. I don't even think it'd be Jackie Aina's fault sometimes. I be feeling like they just be talking about her. But
that's crazy. It's so different. Because I think I only know who B. Simone is because of you.
Really?
Yes.
And I haven't seen her for a while, but she's changing her brand. So she's been coming up because it's like more congruent to what I be watching. But because it was a whole lot of yelling and a whole lot of things.
Right, because I saw her in that blazer and them ripped up shorts doing the prayer circle or whatever. Yeah.
Which is not, hold up, just to be clear, that's not exactly what, but it's like, I feel like TikTok doesn't try to do a good job of like, you might be interested in this. And I was like, okay, I could see her changing. Or like YouTube as well, you might be interested in this. But I'm not going to listen to B. Simone's podcast. It's I'm so sorry.
Got a real pastor.
everybody can't be for everybody.
Yeah,
and it's
like, it's okay if that's your gateway into, but
but God bless her. Cool.
Okay.
Oh, it's me. I actually have someone this week. Let me pull it out. All right, y'all. It's time for Black Excellence, where we hype you up, gas you up, and give you your props, because there's room for everyone at the top. This week, I'm talking about Lynne Toye. She is the executive director of the New Jersey Arts and Culture Renewal Fund. Yep. My bad. Anyway, she's shaping and implementing fundraising and grant making strategy for the fund. Her background includes senior leadership roles in arts administration, higher education, for-profit organizations. Prior to joining the fund, she served as chief administrative officer, at the Harlem School of the Arts in New York City. She holds an MBA from the Wharton School, University of Pennsylvania, and a BS in systems engineering from the University of Virginia. And I learned about her because it's one of the Sphinx lead. She's one of the Sphinx lead
fellow or something.
I don't think she's a fellow. She's like in charge, not in charge, but like she's like on the. They have like 4
like a mentor.
Mentors. Let me not get to line on Sphinx because you know how they get it. She's one of the sponsoring. She's one of the faculty.
I see.
No. I lied. She's one of the mentors.
Okay.
Just have to scroll a little bit more. Oh yeah. So you should apply to Sphinx lead. Is it too late?
I feel like the application be like in October or something. Maybe this is maybe
they're announcing them to get ready. Okay. Well, if you're interested in arts admin and you want to do that, you can learn more. Join their email list. Yeah, shout out to you, Lynne. Oh, here go Jen. Who was in her cohort? Okay.
What? Just watch her go through the 5 stages of I don't know.
Oh, I saw Jen last week. That 2 weeks ago. That really, and my 2 worlds combined with Jen and the person who I have to answer to. I'm not gonna say his name on here. I don't know what he don't.
The person I have to answer to is nuts.
I gotta answer to him. And he don't like the B word, so I'm like, but you be telling me what to do, so.
Well, my piece this week, I'm so excited. I came up with this piece of the week 2 weeks ago, and I remembered.
Wow.
Also because it has a little fun fact. That's why. So my piece of the week is Ansatsu, Ikka no Yakata by Yoshihisa Hirano. This is from Hunter x Hunter, which is one of my favorite anime. And I remember I was like, I'm not like a soundtrack person, like a lot. But like I just remember like watching Hunter x Hunter and be like, man, this soundtrack is very orchestral, and just being like, I would love to see an orchestra do this because like I went to the Naruto Symphonic experience, which the music from Naruto is great, so and there's nostalgia there, but the execution could have been better. They're doing an Attack on Titan one. They're not coming to LA, so I can't. Well, I could go see it, but the closest is Sacramento, and I'm like, I don't want to go to Sacramento because it'd be different if it was in a city that I actually wanted to go to.
But you could go to Sacramento and then go to like San Francisco after.
Yeah, maybe
we was just there.
Because I was like, if it was in a city that I wanted to go to, then I could, whatever. But we'll see. But I was like, Hunter x Hunter's a little, because the anime is not finished and the guy who wrote it, like he has like chronic pain that keeps him from like working and stuff. So it's like it doesn't get as much like bells and whistles as like to live up to its popularity. But so that's why I was just like, I feel like orchestras have done it, but not as much, I would say. And I was just like, orchestra should really do this because it's not like no baby music. Like this is like for real. So then I looked up the composer. He went to Eastman.
Hey, twin.
He went to Eastman and he went to Juilliard. And I was like, okay, now this is like coming together. Like it's a very, very
I know he's rich. Let me hold it out.
Soundtrack. Like it's a very good soundtrack. So yeah, Ansatsu, Ikka no Yakata, also known as the Zoldyck family theme, if you watch Hunter x Hunter. But yeah, I'll link. He actually wrote an orchestral suite of some of the music. This actually might not be in that suite, But I'll link both the song and the suite.
It's full orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, maybe I can make my kids play something so they can talk to me.
Like, it's so good. Like, and some of the stuff be having like concert master solos and like all this. Like, it's just like it's very, very good. But yeah.
Period. Well, thank you so much for listening to Classically Black Podcast. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Classically Black Podcast. Are we talking about the
confession?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! Thank you for reminding me.
Okay, we'll say the top of the show next week as well. Is this gonna be too late next week? No, right?
No, I don't think so because we're doing. Y'all remember we did those confessions a while ago. We're doing another episode finally, and we need them by which day are we recording that? Recording that on 27th. So we're gonna need those by the 26th of March. I'll make a form. It'll be in the description of this episode. We are asking for your teaching horror stories.
Yep, should be fun and exciting. Well, hopefully not too bad. But anyway. Yeah. Join the Ebony Tower. That's patreon.com/classicallyblackpodcast. Thanks for listening, and we will talk to you next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.